Today we're looking at activity 5.3, solving distance problems. A distance problem involves distance, rate, and time. A river barge traveled 140 miles from a loading dock to a warehouse to deliver supplies. Then the barge returned to the loading dock. The barge travels with the current to the warehouse and against the current from the warehouse. The barge's total travel time is 20 hours, and it travels in still water at an average speed of 15 miles per hour. Number 1. Use the given information to complete the table. Let x represent the average speed of the current. Distance traveled, miles. With the current, 140. Against the current, 140. Round trip, 140 plus 140 equals 280. Time traveled, hours. 140 divided by 15 plus x. Against the current is 140 divided by 15 minus x. Round trip equals 20. Average speed, miles per hour. With the current is 15 plus x. Against the current is 15 minus x. Round trip is 280 divided by 20, which equals 14. All right, go ahead and complete the table. All right, let's take a look at number 3. Write and solve an equation to calculate the average speed of the current. The equation is 140 divided by 15 plus x plus 140 divided by 15 minus x equals 20. Now to solve this, we need to multiply by the common denominator. So we need to multiply everything by 15 plus x times 15 minus x. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So that's 140 times 15 plus x, 15 minus x, divided by 15 plus x, plus 140 times 15 plus x, 15 minus x, divided by 15 minus x equals 20 times 15 plus x, 15 minus x. Okay, now anything divided by itself is 1, so this divides and becomes 1, this divides and becomes 1. So you get 140 times 15 minus x. So let's go and do 140 times 15 is 2100. So that's 2100 minus 140x plus 2100 plus 140x equals 20 times, we need a FOIL, so 15 times 15 is 225. So 225, 15 times negative x is negative 15x. X times 15 is plus 15x. X times negative x is negative x squared. Now, negative 140x and 140x cancel. 2100 plus 2100 is 4200 equals, now negative 15x and 15x cancel. 20 times 225 is 4500. And then 20 times negative x squared is negative 20x squared. We're going to subtract 4500 from both sides. Cancels, you get negative 300 equals negative 20 x squared. We're going to divide both sides by negative 20. This divided becomes 1. So negative 300 divided by negative 20 is 15 equals x squared. And then the last step is we take the square root of both sides. We're only taking the square root of positive because we're talking about current, and current has to be positive. So that cancels. You get x equals the square root of 15, which, let's round that to 1 decimal place, 3.9. Okay. So the average speed of the current is 3.9 miles per hour. All right, go ahead and finish that up. Let's take a look at the next page. Number 4, calculate each value. What is the barge average speed during its trip to the warehouse? The barge average speed during its trip to the warehouse is 15 plus 3.9, which is 18.9 miles per hour. B. What is the barge average speed during its trip back to the loading dock? The barge average speed during its trip back to the loading dock is 15 minus 3.9, which is 11. Let me double check. 15 minus 3.9, 11.1 miles per hour. C. How long does it take the barge to get from the loading dock to the warehouse? It takes the barge about 140 divided by 15 plus 3.9, which, let's go and do that calculation. Which is 7.4 hours to get from the loading dock to the warehouse. D. How long does it take the barge to return to the loading dock from the warehouse? It takes the barge about 140 divided by 15 minus 3.9, which come over here. All we have to do is change the plus to a minus, 12.6. Hours to return to loading dock from the warehouse. E. Use your answer into parts A and B to calculate the average speed of the barge in still water. Verify that your answer matches the given information. The average speed in still water is 18.9 plus 11.1 divided by 2, which is 15 miles per hour. F. Use your answers to part C and D to calculate the barge's total travel time. Verify that your answer matches the given information. The barge's total travel time is 7.4 plus 12.6 equals 20 hours. All right, go ahead and finish that up. Let's take a look at the next page. Activity 5.4, solving cost problems. A cost problem involves the cost of ownership of an item over time. Melinda has decided that it's time to replace her old refrigerator. She purchases a new Energy Star certified refrigerator. Energy Star certified refrigerators use less electricity than those that are not certified in the long run. The Energy refrigerator should cost Melinda less to operate. Melinda purchased a new Energy Star refrigerator for $2,000. The refrigerator costs $46 per year to operate. Assuming that the refrigerator is reliable and only cost of ownership are the purchase price and the cost of operation. Determine Melinda's average annual cost of owning the new refrigerator for the given number of years. So the equation we're going to use is f of x equals 46x plus 2,000 divided by x, where x is the number of years. So for f of 1, that's going to be 46 times 1 plus 2,000 divided by 1, which is 2,046. Okay. Now, the average cost for 5 years. Oh, almost forgot. Melinda's annual cost for ownership for 1 year is 2,046. All right, so let's do f of 5. So divided by 46 times 5 plus 2,000 divided by 5 is 446. So Melinda's annual cost of ownership is for 5 years is 446. Okay, and now for 10 years. Okay, so Melinda's annual cost of ownership for 10 years is $246. All right. Number 2, write an expression to represent Melinda's average annual cost of owning the new refrigerator for X years. The equation is f of x equals 46x plus 2,000 divided by x, where x is the number of years and f of x is the average cost of ownership. Number 3, when Melinda's average annual cost of owning the refrigerator is less than $400, she plans to shop for a new television. When can Melinda shop for a new television? So our inequality is 46x plus 2,000 divided by x. Now, we want to know when that's going to be less than 400. So now we're going to go ahead and solve that. Okay. Let's go ahead and multiply both sides by x. So that becomes x times 46x plus 2,000 divided by x less than 400x. Anything divided by itself is 1. So you're left with 46x plus 2,000 less than 400x. Okay, now we're going to subtract 46x from both sides. This cancels. You're left with 2,000 less than 354 x. We're going to divide 354 by both sides. This divided becomes 1. Let's go and round that to 1. Actually, we won't. Let's go and round that to a whole number. So 5.6, let's round that to 6. So 6 is less than x, or we can write this as x greater than 6. These are the same thing. Okay. So Melinda can shop for a new television in about 6 years. All right, go ahead and finish it up. Let's take a look at the next page. The student works 4A, 4B, 4C, 5, and 6. All right, let's take a look at the next page. The student works 1. And you can mark this out. You can mark this out. The student works 1, 3, and 4. All right. Last page. Go ahead and mark this page out. Start working on your assignment and have a wonderful Wildcat day.